The following review is intended for entertainment purposes and targeted for adult fans of the series, so don't be naughty. Ho ho ho!
Hello there, heroes. I'm the Ornament Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers toy review of a Lightning Collection figure. But amazingly, I'm just reviewing one for you this time. Just about as I was caught up and uploading the In Space Yellow Magna Defender review that you've seen go up on the channel recently, I got in Billy the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. But it's the only one I have coming in right now because the Green Ranger is still significantly delayed. So this is what I'm going to review for you today. Just a look at the Blue Ranger. This is an interesting one because you may have noticed that for some reason a lot of my Lightning Collection reviews are of figures that either came out very recently or really, really early, like the first couple of waves of the Lightning Collection line. This is kind of in the middle. You'll notice that it's not got Sabans on there. Funny enough, I've started to refer to it as its own Saban era and Hasbro era, based on whether or not the word Sabans is on the box. If it is, that's early on, that's Saban era. If it isn't, that's Hasbro era, that's later. So even though this is a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, the very first Saban season, this is a Hasbro era Lightning Collection figure. So we'll be taking a look at Billy here. You can see the front of the box has that wonderful Lightning Collection art, and something I'm already noticing, and I've commented on before, how good blue looks on these figures. So you see the figure in there. I'll be commenting on that. You can see already that Billy has his power lance in both the connected and unconnected forms. He's got a blade blaster, seemingly just in blaster form, which is actually something I've criticized when they provide both, so I like that. Billy's human head, which we are going to be talking about because there is a very interesting comment related to it. Turning the box to look at the box art there, that is beautiful as always. We've got a look at the back of the box. I will acknowledge that on the In Space Yellow Magna Defender video, I once again forgot to do the back of box comparison and pose, so I will try very hard to remember to do that this time around. Doesn't look terribly difficult. I will say that Billy looks a good bit brighter on the back of the box here than the figure does, but we'll see about that, won't we? The side box art with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, which wraps around back to the front. It is now time to activate the decontainment process. Billy's backing card is blue and yellow. Blue is obvious. The yellow really only applies to his power coin. I don't know. If you're surprised that the extra hands are a pair of closed fists, why? So here is Billy, and as per the usual, a lot of excellent detail and a couple of weird and unfortunate things to point out. Pretty nice Triceratops power coin in that morpher, which does have red on it. There. Again, I love the fabric detailing that they managed to do on this to make it look like the figure is actually wearing a suit and isn't just painted a solid color. Just very, very nice there. Weirdly, and it's not looking this way with the camera lights on it, but like oddly, with me looking at it with my own eyes right now, as opposed to looking at it on the monitor, when I look at it with my own eyes, the diamonds on the boots almost seem purple. It's like a very dark blue, but just for some reason it comes off slightly purple. But on the camera, you can't see that because it's just coming off blue, which is interesting. The helmet is very, very nice, nicely detailed, nicely painted. But again, unfortunately, and now I have to find it. But again, unfortunately, you can see there right above the horn, it won't rub off. It's just like little paint blemishes, little nicks or something. Beautiful, beautiful power lance. Very nice detail, silver and blue. By the way, to be able to mention this, I know I showed it in a previous video with Zach's Power Axe. These little coin symbols on the weapons are actually supposed to be silver, not gold like I thought, so that is accurate. It's very nice. And he comes with the detached ones so that you can hold one in each hand. And what I love is that just like on the show, the two combined are not as long as the full power lance, indicating it kind of grows in the middle. You can see those pieces do match up as far as like length to be. Actually, no, it's a little shorter than even that. Huh, interesting. I thought it was going to match up like perfectly, and then it's like, you know, this part just grows in the middle. But I guess it grows all the way out, huh? Blade Blaster, which is still missing that silver paint. And yes, it only comes in blaster form, and for me, that is a positive. I know a lot of people would probably like to have the option of whether Billy should be holding a blaster or the blade form, but like I keep saying in these, when you have a weapon that comes in two different forms, if you give the figure both, one of them has to sit in the box if you care about, like, cannon accuracy in displaying your figures. In that, you know, they can't be carrying the Blade Blaster in blaster mode and holding it, like, in the holster in blade form, or vice versa. So, I'm glad that it only has the one. The effect part is that kind of wraparound lightning, which, as I've said, is one of the best ones because it just makes it really easy to grip it onto the weapon, and you don't have to like get it exactly right or look for a little tiny slot in the plastic. It's good. Let me ask you one question. Do I make you more phenomenal, baby? Yeah! So, here is Billy's human head, and you may notice the Austin Powers impression I just did there. Why did I do that? Well, this is another case where there is a questionable level of accuracy in the Lightning collection. In recent times, David Yost hasn't exactly shied away from commenting about things related to the show and related to Billy and etc., etc. He's opened up a bit more about talking about all of that aspect. David was asked on Twitter if he thought the Lightning collection human head on his figure was accurate, if it looked good. And his response was something to the lines of, if you thought Billy looked like Austin Powers, then sure. So, that was his commentary on it. To be honest, I don't think this human head looks like Austin Powers necessarily, but I also don't really think it looks like David Yost. It doesn't really look like Comic Billy either, but that's the vibe I kind of get in that, like, this sort of looks like an alternate take on Billy that's trying to reflect Billy without reflecting David Yost. So, I mean, take from that what you will. I will say it is another really oddly strange miss as far as the Mighty Morphin Lightning Collection figures. Most of them don't do a really good job of matching their actors' appearances. They've gotten Tommy really well. They did Trini really well, which I will once again say they absolutely had to get that figure right because the actress has sadly passed away. And they did a pretty good job on Jason, but you know, three up, three down, I guess. And you even kind of push it forward, like Rocky and Zeo Blue wasn't really good. We'll see how Adam looks when we get the Zeo Green figure, which was recently confirmed by a leaked toy listing, by the way, so that is coming. So we'll see how that looks. But yeah, again, it's just strange that when the Mighty Morphin figures are your money makers, that they seem to have dropped the ball on the quality of the human faces that people would recognize and remember. So I did remember to do the matching the back of the box pose and the back of the box comparison. The figure gets an A for matching Poseability. I noticed on this one, I commented about the earlier Lightning Collection figures, how they had this weird foot swivel that didn't match actual human articulation. And made them difficult to pose, and the later ones have the bendy back and forth. This one has both. The foot can swivel around as well as ratchet up and down, so that makes it much easier to pose him. And that's actually good in this case, because if you look at the foot on the box here, they're cheating again. That is not flat on the ground. The back of the box renders are as close to realistic as they do, but if they are not CG, which I've had all but confirmed that they are, they use figure stands to get them posed the way they want to. An odd detail that I noticed didn't match that actually looks better on the figure is if you look at the feet here, there are more diamonds on the boots, but that doesn't look good. Like, it even looks like there's more on this foot than there is on this foot. But they look better and solid on the figure itself right there. Again, I mentioned the back of the box has a brighter shade of blue on the figure than is actually there, and I prefer the figure for that. Once again, it's that darker shade of blue that you see on male Ranger figures, and it looks really, really good. I realized I hadn't commented on the color, but yes, this is another blue figure that just really pops and looks really, really good. Glancing over at Rocky, it is a slightly darker shade of blue than the Zeo blue, but they both look pretty good. I will say this lightning effect here, I've praised it because of the ease of putting it on. I will slightly detract because it's also flimsy and difficult to get in exactly the right place, but I mean, it's lightning, whatever. It looks fine, and that is what I'm going to say about this figure. It's fine. It's another quality addition to the Lightning collection for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as I have just about resigned myself to the fact that I am going to fill the team out at this point, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Just looking over at my display here and this and running you through, right now for Mighty Morphin, I have Jason Red Ranger, Trini Yellow Ranger, Zach Black Ranger, Tommy White Ranger, Lord Draken, and Ranger Slayer. So I am missing Pink Ranger Kimberly, which is going to be difficult to find and a little bit pricey at this point, I know. And technically speaking, Tommy Green Ranger, but I do have that pre-ordered on GameStop. Just as I said, there seem to be delays with that product, so I'm waiting for it to come in. I actually didn't realize I was that close to filling out Mighty Morphin as far as the Rangers. That's pretty neat. Alpha, I seem to have suffered some kind of cranial displacement, and my human cranial unit is being used on a holiday display for ornamentation purposes. That is going to do it for another Power Rangers toy review of a Lightning Collection figure. Again, this gets my thumbs up. It is recommended. I recommend that you get this, especially if you're filling out a Mighty Morphin line. Gotta have some love for the geeks, so repping Billy as part of my toy line is a necessity, and I think it's good to get this one, which you should be able to find relatively easily. I would check GameStop. They tend to have a good backstock of Lightning Collection figures, and go through deals on those every so often to try and clear them out. Just, again, remember some of the horror stories we've been hearing, kind of stay on them about shipping and everything, and make sure you get what you're supposed to get when you're supposed to get it, but they tend to be a good resource. I would greatly appreciate it if you'd like this video by hitting that thumbs up button right down below, and while you're down there, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this figure, as well as my review of it. Are you planning to pick Billy up here? Do you already have Billy and like him or hate him or whatever? Let me know any of that down in the comments below. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to see all my videos, and ring the bell, just like a holiday bell, so you are notified whenever I post any brand new videos, such as these Power Rangers toy reviews, like these Lightning Collection figures that I've been reviewing. If you'd like to lend any financial support to the channel, please consider checking me out on Patreon or Ko-fi at Orange Ranger Videos, or check out my Teespring store by searching Teespring for Orange Ranger Videos, or checking my pinned tweet on Twitter. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you.